Hello everyone, welcome back to McFizzle's Hardcore Survival World Season 5 Between the Streams 2 and 3 Part 2. So this will continue on from the last Between the Streams. As with the last episode, I can't remember exactly what it is that I've done, but it'll be lots of obsidian digging, because that's what I did for a lot of these episodes. So I know I've got a few more achievements slash trophies that I've gotten, and one real near-death experience I had. But other than that, it's mostly just digging obsidian. So I don't think I've repeated any of the bits. I think this is bit 11, and the first Between the Streams was the first 10 bits that I'd recorded. So you can see I'm down on the bedrock level where the poles of the surface square are, and so I'm finally getting to where I can start constructing the centerpiece of the base, which you'll see. I don't know if you'll see it in this episode or in the next one, but I start creating it. But that's a whole other bunch of problems, because I need lots of materials to get it, and that's what some of these other Between the Streams episodes become, is me trying to get those sort of resources that I need. But let's go back to digging obsidian. Having a break there, get my breath back before I get back into some more obsidian digging. What else happens? I know I moved that furnace. It gets moved because that's right in the middle of the centerpiece, so that has to go, but it probably won't go until I start laying the foundation. So I'm going back up the top here, and yep, I'm starting another layer, I guess, of the dig. So most of these lava pools that I'm digging up now are gone. I think there might be one of them left. Sort of fortunate they're not massive, expansive lava pools. Most of them are pretty small. Alright, that's the end of the first one. First little bit. Now we're in the second one. They were great ones to edit, because you just go, okay, I'll speed up the entire chunk times 8, so it goes for about 3 and a bit minutes. It's half an hour chunk. So yeah, you can see all the things are getting higher up near the roof. Still chopping down trees, getting some. I don't know if I got the 2 trees going yet. Looks like I've still got the 1 tree. So I was just figuring, I was going to be taking ages doing this anyway, so I thought I might as well just use the 1 tree and get as many saplings and stuff as I could. My goal is to, was to not go up to the surface as much, but I sort of have to, at least for the time being. Clearing out the inventory, going back to digging. It's funny, it seems to take longer watching it back at 8x speed than it did to actually do it in action, just normal speed. Because yeah, I guess because I'm concentrating on not getting burnt to death. So it looks like I've cleared out most of it. It's a bit quicker now that I've cleared out that base level. But I've also missed out chunks of the, I've thought I was recording when I wasn't recording, or I've pressed it an extra 2 times, so I've recorded like 2 seconds of footage and then missed a whole half an hour of stuff. So that happens occasionally. There's a little continuity glitch. That's probably what happened. Human error. So yeah, there was obsidian digging and dirt digging that you missed out on. Lost forever. It's tragic, isn't it? And here's some more digging. This is getting into it now. I think this is couldn't have much more to go on there. And so this is when I started locking myself up into the corner. So if something spawns in there, I won't get killed. I don't know why I started doing that, but it was a good idea, because it could happen, and it probably will happen in this episode of Between the Streams, because I have if anybody's seen my last hardcore survival world, season 4, they would know I had a run-in with a mob that I wasn't very happy about, and that happens again in this season, which is, we'll probably see it in this episode, I think. So yeah, generally this bedrock is about 3 or 4 blocks high. Which is a weird sort of design. I guess it's to stop there. So there's the last pole. I've finished the last pole, so now I can start really. I'm really keen to get this done now. But unfortunately it just takes so long digging all this stuff out. At least some of the ingredients that I need, because it's going to be a lot of concrete, I think, in this world. So I need lots of gravel. So I found lots of gravel doing this dig, and I've probably got it's the sand that was I have to go on these journeys to get sand. But then I also need the dye to dye the cement, which or concrete, I guess, and that's gonna be a challenge, which I address later on. But I'm probably going to have to do some other things too, hopefully, without getting ahead of myself, that is. So yeah, it's the obsidian just slows down. When there's no obsidian, you just see how fast I mow through everything. You get to the obsidian, it just stops. Yeah, I've got plenty of ores, plenty of gold, plenty of... oh, I've got the 2 trees out there, it looks like. Double up the wood production. I think I must have been running out of torches. Because yeah, that's the other problem with this underground base, is keeping it lit. And I really like the lanterns that they've introduced into the game, but I didn't want to use up a lot of iron on those straight away, and that's really more for decorating the, you know, a finished looking base, the lanterns, I think. So I'm just trying to space out all my torches so I'm lighting up the space well enough for things not to spawn, but also not using too many torches and, you know, wasting the resources. So I tend to try and space them out 5 blocks apart, but then like 2 rows apart. So it's been working. I haven't had any mobs spawn in, which is the goal. So here I am back in the little hole. I'm obviously off, you know, off doing something, making myself a sandwich, depending what time this is. Hanging out some washing. And back to the obsidian digging, yo. All the obsidian digging fans out there. Chopping some wood. So far, absolutely nothing has happened in this episode. It's 12 minutes in, I've just dug obsidian and dirt and blocks and filled in lava. Expanding the space. Trust me, something happens. Pretty sure, anyway. At least I think so. Just wondering what is. If I built the furnace, I think I get a trophy for building a furnace or something. Or is it the... I get the chest full of cobble achievement. I think I've already got that one. That might have been the last episode. So yeah, it looks like we're 2 blocks down into the obsidian. Not the obsidian, the bedrock. Alright, getting there. And I'm running around jumping on all the sort of raggedy bits of bedrock sticking up, digging out the sneaky blocks that fall in the cracks. So much easier now. That I remember when I first started playing Minecraft, when you were at bedrock, the lighting was really different. Like, it was darker, the torches didn't work as well, which I actually really liked. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have had a base at bedrock if that was, you know, those sort of game mechanics were in the game now. Alright, we're up to another one. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th bit. This looks like it was all in one sitting too, by the just looking at the the flow. Some iron. Chopping down those trees. Can't even see what's happening, it's so fast. Looks like I'm just still, I must be just getting rid of all of the blocks in the bedrock now, which means I'll be getting close to starting the foundation of the thing. Or am I doing another, do another layer. Gravel, more redstone, some coal, some iron, more gravel. And this is the odd sort of little bit that sticks in the middle of the space. It still hasn't sort of... There used to be two of them, and then one of them like immediately vanished when I extended the space to fit the centerpiece in, but this one's taking ages to get rid of. It's still, it's not as, you know, it doesn't jut into the square as much as it used to, but it's still there a little bit. It's really bugging my OCD. So you see how it sort of sticks in there a little bit? It's like a little step. It might be after this. Oh, there still looks like there's some stuff in the middle there. It looks like, just looking at the progress bar down where I'm doing this audio, it looks like the first 9 parts are all the same length, so it's probably just me digging for all of those parts. And then at the very end, there's one that goes for like 10 minutes by the looks, so that's where all the action is. At the very end of this 39-minute video, the last 10 minutes is where the action is, I think. Most of this one will just be me trying to fill up time, watching myself dig all this obsidian again in super high speed. I actually came up with the obsidian digging song yesterday, but I've forgotten what it is. What am I doing here? I'm making more chests. I finally caved in and decided to make some more chests, because I think I had a full double chest of cobble and I had heaps of obsidian. So you can see I've nearly got you know, half a double chest full of obsidian blocks. Sure, I'll find a use for it. Getting down to the bottom again. Alright, I think I've run out of... so yeah, I ran out of diamonds to make... and I said instead of just continuing digging with iron tools, I thought it's just easier to go and mine and try and get some diamonds. Because it's just going to take forever and I don't want to have to keep stopping and making iron tools. So I started this little mini strip mine. And I figured I'd be digging all this stuff out anyway, so I might as well, you know, make a little mine in the side of the base. So I think I just go along this way until I get to sort of Z axis 0, and then I just go back and forth trying to get yeah, so we find some more ore. I don't find a lot of diamonds in this mine. I do find some, I think, but not as many as I needed. But and then I get distracted by this little room of water, and I feel like I've got to fill this in. It's annoying me. And then I get distracted again, going, "Wow, I can just get all this gravel. There's all this gravel," and then it just keeps. The gravel just keeps going and going, so I end up making this huge big chasm of gravel in this room. And I figure, yeah, I need dirt. I can dig out this dirt. So I need that for the floor of the base. And then, as so often happens, you know, one thing connects to another thing, and before you know it, you're down this huge big rabbit hole of stuff. So I made this huge big cave. I didn't find any diamonds. I think I find like 2 diamonds in this whole mine. So this looks like I'm in. Well, I'll come back, chop some trees down for some wood. So I think I run out of torches. Oh, my inventory's full, so clearing that back up. I might need a shovel as well. Yep, because I'm digging all of the dirt and gravel, I just mowed through my diamond shovel. I think I mow through another one because there's so much of that stuff. But I also wanted to fill in this annoying water hole here. So I start filling that in. And then I find more gravel. And so then I think I end up going down to bedrock in this little mine just with gravel. And so I'm like, well, I might as well just dig out the whole lot. So yeah, after this little jaunt in this little strip mine, I have no more need for gravel. I probably didn't need to dig it all out either. Yeah, I've got way more gravel than I need. I'm set for flint. If anyone was wondering if I needed any flint, I don't. I've got heaps. Just need chickens and feathers. So yeah, you can see how much gravel. This was all gravel. This room is just all, it's all gravel that's been dug out. It's huge. Don't usually see, you know, gravel bit chunks that big. Like, it's massive. It must have been lots of different ones joined together for some reason. I'm placing torches so I don't use up my last diamond shovel. So much digging. So yeah, if you're getting bored with the obsidian digging, I go on a whole gravel digging section. If you weren't excited by my obsidian digging, gravel digging is super exciting. Alright, back to the gravel digging. So much gravel. It's my gravel pit, if you will. So this is the last chunk before I think something interesting happens. After 30 minutes of digging. I didn't find any diamonds. You'd think that I would have found some diamonds in there. Like, it's crazy. There's so much gravel in there. Hardly found any ores at all. Oh yeah, here we go. There's an Enderman. So all of a sudden an Enderman pops up in this space and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to get killed. I'm going to accidentally look at an Enderman and I'm going to get killed. So I figure I'm going to have to get rid of this guy. I think I just ignore him at first. And then I just like, I'm going to have to kill him, but I don't really have... I don't have any armor. I think I've got just like iron boots and some leather, you know, stuff. So this is where I'm start digging this area right down to bedrock because there's just so much gravel and dirt and stuff. I think that comes off that little water pool sort of area. And then this Enderman just keeps popping up perilously close to where I am, which sort of freaks me out. And so eventually I decide I'm going to have to take him out. Which is very nerve-wracking in hardcore survival because I've been killed straight up in one-on-one fights with Endermen before. Because they move all weird, like they sort of move funny and they can appear in any direction. So I thought, how am I going to fight this guy without getting killed? And I thought about making like a little 2-block high bunker and just so he couldn't get in. But then I remembered that they hate water, so if I poured water down, then he couldn't get near me. And I also think I read somewhere that if an Enderman teleports away due to water, they lose their aggression against, you know, so if they're angry with me and they hit him with water, they stop attacking me. So I figured, oh, I'll just pour water on him. And so yeah, surprisingly that's not an achievement, killing an Enderman. So here I am pouring the water. So I got my first Ender pearl from just, so you could stay far away from him and just pour the water in and killed him with water. I was pretty proud of myself since I had rubbish weapons. I don't think he didn't even get angry at me. So here's the exciting bit. After that, I deal with this Enderman. I come out of my mine, and what should I find? I'm pretty happy with my editing here. I actually use a zoom. I zoom in. So I'm like, what the heck? And I zoom in, and there's pillagers in my underground base. Pillagers who killed me in my last season. I was killed by pillagers. So I've gone, oh no, I'm going to have to, what am I going to do? I've got no weapons. I've got no bow. I can't shoot these guys. Why are there pillagers here? So I figured I'll just go and lock them in this. I'll block them in here and then they can just stay in there and that'll be, I won't have to worry about them. So I've gone over here. No, they're not coming out. So in I go. There they are. I'll just block them in. So I'm blocking them in and one of them falls on my head and I'm immediately getting attacked. So I start running back to the safety of my strip mine. I'm like, oh, I must have lost them. That's safe. I'm safe. And then no, they go and attacking me again. So quickly shutting them. Like, man, this is so annoying. I've spent so long digging out this whole thing, and now pillagers are going to come in, and I can't kill them because it'll start a raid, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So I block myself in here, and then I go to the internet to try and figure out how I can get rid of pillagers without starting a raid. Which, that's what, and because that's what happened in the last season. It was just I was really annoyed. So I was like, oh, okay, there must be some way of killing them without starting the raid, because I tried that with dogs. That didn't work. I've heard iron golems sometimes works, but then I think so. I thought they might have despawned, so I've come back in, but no, they're still there. You can see them running around quickly. So I spend nearly all this episode just trying to stay this section, just trying to keep away from them, because I don't know how to attack them. So I hide again, hopefully just thinking they'll despawn and looking things up. I haven't been able to find anything. So I just sort of decided, well, I'm not going to be able to fight them because I don't have any weapons. So I'm just going to have to wait for them to despawn or escape. But because I'm down in this dungeon, there's nowhere for them to escape to. So they just keep running around in this this thing that I've created. So I figure I'm safe in this corner as long as they don't see me. So I'm probably looking up more things on strategies and stuff. But then this weird thing happens, like they sort of, I thought you'll see it in the next bit where it sort of slows down. I'm just sort of hiding in here trying to gather my senses, trying to figure out what I'm going to do, what my next move is going to be. I'm probably thinking I'm going to have to escape from down here and figure something out up on the surface. And then they start doing this random thing where they start, I'll zoom in here again, they just get stuck and they start looking at me from way far away, and I'm like, what? They're watching me. But then this other guy is moving around. It's like, that's weird. Maybe they've glitched out and I can just go and I can just knock them out of the game. Maybe if I but yeah, so that was weird, and I just got to sort of waiting for them to do something, but nothing happens. This guy's moving around, but the other two look like, well, maybe they're stuck in the bedrock or something. But see where they're stuck? They're stuck right near the staircase that I need to go up to escape. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to just, I'm in a really sort of safe place. But if they're glitched out, maybe I can just sort of go past them and go up the stairs. So I dig out of my little hidey hole, and they're still watching me, which is really sort of, as I move around, you can sort of see them turning to watch, but they're not moving. So it's like, well, maybe can they see me or can they not see me? I don't really know. See, they've turned all the way around, so I'm going to go, but they're not moving, so I'll go a bit closer, I think, and have a look and see what they're doing. See if they've totally glitched out. In which case I can just sneak past them and go up to the surface. So I'm moving over really carefully. See, they haven't done anything, but you can tell that they're watching me. and then all of a sudden they attack it. I have to run for it again. So I'm running back towards my mind. It's like, oh no, they're coming really close. So I've got to sneak back. Oh, I'm getting hit. And I'm stuck in. Then I'm like, oh man, why pillagers? Why did it have to be pillagers? So after having a couple of pork chops, I think I resort to going back to the internet. And or do I? Doesn't look like it. I'm still looking, seeing where they are. So I think by this time I'm determined I'm going to have to go. I can't fight them. They're not going to despawn. So I'm going to have to try and get upstairs. And maybe deal with them upstairs. And just sort of... I just want to get out of the... I want to save the game, basically, and have a break, because this was really annoying to me. So I'm sort of strafing to see where they go. And then they sort of... So, see, I'm sort of behind the staircase there, as the staircase is coming down sort of next to the bed. So I'm zooming in, just checking out that they've sort of headed off up to the top there. So then I've found my way out, but I can't get up because there's leaves in the way, so I'm running up. And then as I go past my bed, I realize, what if it's nighttime upstairs? I'm going to need my bed. So I chop my bed down, but my bed falls right underneath the stairs. And then I can't see where the pillagers are. So I'll have a look and see if I can get rid of some stuff. But yeah, they're right near where my bed has fallen down. But at this point I've just had it, so I'm just like, I'm just going to jump down there and get my bed and run for it and hope for the best. That's far enough away, let's go. So I run down and grab it. I can't even see if it's in my inventory. I just have to assume that I've got my bed, and I just have to get out of there before they get me. Since they obviously can't go up these stairs, and I can just race up to the surface and plan my next move. So I wasn't very happy about that. So unhappy that I just massacre a pig for its pork. And so I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do? My base, I've spent all this time digging out this stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do. And that leads me, I figure, well, if there's pillagers there, I better safely enclose my villagers away so they don't get killed. Because my villagers are in the... I've only got a couple of villagers in this place, so I've got to close them off. And I don't have anywhere else to put them. I was going to try and lock them into their houses, but this guy's stuck, so I figured I'll just box him in. And then after this episode is the third stream, so episode 3. Bye!